the demo on BankerVMS. BankerVMS is a one-stop shop for your vendor management needs, and it is web-based on a secure server. So there's no hardware or software for you to purchase. You simply just go to www.BankerVMS.com. To get started, you will have a login name and password. Just click Login. And enter your name and password. Once you're logged into the system, you will see your vendor listing. This will show you all of your vendor names, their addresses, contracts that you have with those vendors, documents associated with the vendors, and products or services that the vendors provide to you. This toolbar up here is how you navigate throughout the system. We'll start on the far left on the dashboard. The dashboard is a summary screen of everything that you have in the system. And these little things are called widgets. You can move them around and customize them according to user. Your risk composition, you can add board of directors here, monthly costs, etc. Moving down the toolbar, we'll come back to the vendor screen. In this column, you can see the documents that you associated with your vendor, whether it's a financial statement or a confidentiality agreement. If you click on the number of documents here, it's going to take you to a list of documents that you have listed for that vendor. Going back to the vendor screen, the same goes for the products column. You'll be able to see the different products or services provided to you for that particular vendor. You can also attach different documents here for the products, such as a product warranty or a SAS 70, something like that. Coming back to the Vendors tab, if I click in the Contracts column, it's simply going to take me to the Contracts tab on the toolbar. This Contracts tab is going to summarize all of the information of all of your contracts within the financial institution. Over here on the left, you got your vendor column, the department within the bank that the contract relates to, a description in your own words for the contract, and the rest of the terms for the contract that you would like to track. How long does it last? When does it start? When does it renew? How much are you paying for it? And here is a third place to add documents. I've already told you about the vendor documents and the product documents. This column here contains the contract documents. In other words, the documents that would contain all these terms, the actual contract. Moving across the toolbar to the Risk tab, this is where you will be risk rating your vendors. And what we have done is pulled the guidelines out of the FFIC handbook, how they would like to see risk rating performed. All your vendors will be listed here from mission critical to major to non-critical. To risk rate a particular vendor, you will simply click on the vendor's name and go through these 6 multiple choice questionnaires based on FFIC guidelines. Here is the 4th place you can attach documents to the risk rating section. This would be a good place to add a SAS 70 or some other compliance related document. You can also put notes that you would like to attach to that particular risk assessment. Moving across the toolbar to the Documents tab. This tab will summarize all of the documents that you have in the system, from your vendor documents to your contract documents to your product documents to your risk documents. This will show you everything that you have in the system from a document standpoint. Moving on to the Cost Analysis tab. This is one of the coolest parts of the system. This will compare what you are paying for any particular product or service to what other users in our system are paying for the same product or service. This will kind of show you where you stand within your peer group and where you might be able to save some money. And then coming over to the Administrator tab, this is where you'll do pretty much everything else within the system, from adding users to setting up notifications, adding branches or departments. If you'd like to further segregate contracts or documents to specific departments or branches within your bank. Now to add a user, you simply click the button that says Add New User, and you will enter all their information, and you can restrict the different levels of access for each user, whether it's a board member, a contract manager, a document manager, an FI admin, which is a super user, can do anything in the system, read-only, or a risk manager, which can only risk rate your vendors. And you can have as many users in the system as you would like with any level of access. That brings us down to the notifications under Administrator. This is one of the most important parts of the system. This is where you'll set up your email notifications for the different things within the system, from expiring documents to contract renewals to contract expirations to missing documents. You will never miss another contract renewal again. You can specify how often you would like to get these emails, daily, weekly, or monthly, and then how far in advance would you like to be notified. Also, under the Administrator are the custom fields. If there's anything that you would like to be notified of in the system that we do not have in here standard, you can just add a custom field, and that field will show up from now on for all of your contracts and vendors. Lastly, the monthly payables under Administrator shows what you are paying per month for each of the products or services that you will have in the system. These are the numbers that we use for the cost analysis, and it is a good proactive management tool. Thank you for listening to the demo, and if you have any questions, please call us at 205-991-5636 or email us at info@trinovus.com. Thank you.